All right, so we're about to have about 12 people come to my house for a mastermind. I wanted a creator's house, and I got one. Because now all the creators are coming to my house. Good to see you too. I'm so glad you made it.
Me too. Worked out.
Hello.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Thank you, James. Y'all want to walk around? I'll show you everything.
So, yeah,
Yeah, this is the house. Up there is the master bedroom. Yep.
That's
and then
the
over.
whole master bedroom?
Yeah.
wow.
I want them to relax, enjoy themselves. But then two, I really want to make sure that we are preparing for the rest of the year.
A mastermind is a group of experts, people who have mastered a skill set, and they are bringing their minds together in order to share ideas, share resources to take each other further. Your health, your business, your overall profession. But the purpose of a mastermind is to be really intentional about who is inside of this group, who is inside of this container, and have a very clear, common goal of what you want from this group.
So we focused a lot on like what we want our lives to look like. Yes, we work, yes, we're successful, but how can we not be burnt out?
We all know we are really good at what we do and our craft. We all know we take pride and confidence in that. But if that was the thing that we led with, then we wouldn't be here. Because it's not about that in this room. It's about the next thing. What comes after money?
How can we grow in our relationships with our partners? How can we support our peers, right? And how can we really set up a foundation for not only a successful business, but more so a successful life? What are the habits that we're gonna create?
Be more intentional about being aligned with her.
Creating conditions.
Yeah. You wrote that? That's awesome. You know, is that possible to be scheduled every 2 weeks? No, it's gonna happen when it happens. But I would love to dive into those moments more often and feel them more often.
As entrepreneurs, we're so, go, 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 thinking about the money that we're not intentional about crafting the life that we want.
I wasn't in a good place and I decided to choose scaling, and scaling is all about growth of the business, not necessarily about you. And so I think now I'm like, you know what, I'm okay with being lean. I'm okay with just a cash cow that generates X amount in profit. It's to, like, I'm mentally exhausted. I talked about like I'm afterburnt, right? I'm past burnt out for the last few years.
And I can tell you I've been in dozens of masterminds, and I've paid obscene amounts of money. And I can tell you that I still struggle to find a room that is safe for me to completely open up and be completely, vulnerable and be myself. And that is what the benefit of an excellent mastermind is, and what I found here. They did not come with their ego. They did not come with an agenda. They did not come to prove anything. They came to share. They came to sow, they came to plant, they came to invest.
The biggest difference is the vulnerability. It changes the conversations in the room. It changes the dynamic in the room.
I think Abu set the tone last night at dinner where everybody was like, oh, well, these are my goals. And Abu was like, I'm burnt the fuck out. I don't know about y'all, can talk about whatever. I'm tired, okay? And I was like, wow, especially being a black man, I was just like, wow, like the vulnerability. And I think for me, at least, that shifted my perspective of how the weekend was gonna go.
What you leave with at the end of the time is a better version of you where you could contribute more into other areas and growth in your life.
Well, what are your business goals for the rest of the year with your lifestyle in mind? So the first part this morning is that we're gonna actually put our goals to paper. What do I need to start doing? What do I need to stop doing? You need to keep in mind what you said yesterday about your life. So if you said yesterday that you want to, have more free time or do something else, then don't make your goal that I need to have 1,000 students, because that's not gonna give you free time. And then at 10:15, we'll come back and then we'll share out with each other. And then in the next session, we'll actually start thinking about implementation. Anybody else need a notebook or a notepad or anything? Y'all mind if I put on the music again? Natasha actually like really challenged me to like really seek what the Lord wants for my life. So today during my time with myself, I actually like kind of put everything that I've been doing before the Lord. My share out is going to be walking through the questions I asked myself. How do I stop feeling overwhelmed? And it was hire agencies. But like, how do I passively do 300%? And then figure out some ways to teach in person. So that's my goal. Good job. Thank you. Then from there we say, okay, now that you got those goals in place, how are you actually going to implement them? Then we're going to come in as a group and say, oh wow, that was your goal? Well, I'm an expert in that. Let me give you some tips.
Collecting testimonials and evidence of my impact, I am terrible at that. Like terrible. Like James had to get on me. So creating a system for doing that. I feel like with James, and we collected testimonials for our last boot camp, and like I was in tears. I was like, we're making this type of impact, because I've never done that. I just like, we get in, we do the work, we get out.
This mastermind, we particularly help people dig into maybe some of those challenges, those areas where they're afraid to be vulnerable with their communities that they've cultivated, or with their audience, or even just their typical peer set. And we've created that space for you to like really break it down.
Clip after clip after clip of me speaking, using it for social proof, and that's it.
You sure?
Yeah.
Anything else you want to share?
Is there something else that God told you that I should share to you?
You just look like you have other things to say.
Scroll past something real fast.
Well, no, I journaled a lot about like, you know, what I want my life to look like.
I really do want like the full family dynamic. Whatever that looks like, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
How do you fill your cup, but not fill it with the ambition?
Right.
It's really a matter of like building each other up as positively as possible, tearing each other down as positively as possible to help build each other back up.
What's the missing piece that you need support around that can help take your business or your life or your whatever to the next level? We're doing that in a non-judgmental way. And so there's a holistic piece to it that I love, because that's a core value for me. We have this amazing space that Teri, the beautiful, wonderful, I call her an earth angel, that she's allowed for us, or just opened up her home for us to come to. She's created this space for herself so that she can reach her next level of living and business and goals and dreams. But she also welcomed and opened up her doors for our mastermind experience to be here. So we have the ocean, which is vast and plentiful. We have these amazing trees. We have the wind. We have everything at our disposal. And then we have the resources of each other, good food.
And I was like, you ain't no damn I
You know, a comfortable environment to rest in, to think about thoughts that maybe didn't land or didn't come through so clearly in our other environments. So I find for me, when I travel to other spaces and places that are beautiful, that are lovely, that are lush, it's really seeing like the next level of me. And this, being here in this environment, even outside now, sharing in this way, expansive.
Our location also lends to that feeling of being inspired and wanting more and wanting to go bigger.
Once you expand the mind, it's like a parachute. You can't go back.
Intentionally put into the agenda for people to go into their own separate spots. Relax, let's rejuvenate, let's renew, and then come back and reflect.
Why not have that partner with?
Right, that would be wonderful.
You know what company this is?
Really beautiful to learn more about some of the friends we've had in business and be able to make them friends personally, and really look forward to growing with them over the next years and decades as they continue to grow their own businesses and we all grow individually in our lives. Now, will the next 4 months be successful? I'm sure, because I'll be able to show up as a better version of myself.